Hello and welcome, lovely Librans. I've got your 2024 horoscope and some good news for you as well. Firstly, let's go to the board and draw 2 tarot cards as theme cards for the year. Here's the board. So you can read them together if you want to, or do them separately. So the first half of the year, if you're thinking in terms of timing, the door's opening up in front of me. What do I see? Well, first it was a brick wall. It was rather dark, foreboding, in fact, something that's been sealed up or hidden for a long time. But then what happened was a hole started to form in the middle of the brick wall. So you may have been stopped from doing something, or hindered or limited in doing something you wanted to do. And then, as if by magic, I don't know why, but the hole just appears. It's like the bricks are breaking down. It's too old. This limitation is too old. It's crumbling. So you'll be able to go on your merry way. I see a gold key. It's a rather large gold key. So it's just there. So you've got the key to success. So a gold key here. I can see as you surmount, if you like, or you overcome your challenges and limitations. Queen of Cups. This is great news. It's important to feel your feelings. I want to say specifically, though, that feeling your feelings is the fuel to your spiritual life. I get a lot of intuition around you as a result of the emotions that you're allowing yourself to feel. It could be that emotions have been hidden in this separate bunker, if you like, a separate area that's been walled off. It could be in your body. Something's releasing in your body, I think, and these emotions are going to come out. Having said that, there's also a treasure chest here. I can see it very plainly. It's gold again, full of 16th century Spanish riches, for want of a better word. So these are your natural gifts and talents. There's all sorts of precious stones here, and you're going to have access to your natural gifts and talents, which you haven't had for a long, long time. In fact, it could be so long that these are natural gifts and talents on your family tree that you've never had access to. So I'm very excited for you, and I'm excited because I'm a Libran as well. Second half of the year, what do I see? Walking along a bit of a tightrope. Oh, it's not so bad as a tightrope. It's a balance beam like at school. I don't know if you remember that. If you had that, you had to walk along a balance beam in primary school. And walking, and it's just be a bit cautious. You can do it. It's nothing really dangerous. If you fall, you're only going to fall like a yard or a metre, not that far. But I don't even think that will happen. You've got, actually, interestingly, on either side, there are people there on either side of the balance beam that are encouraging you along, and they're going to catch you anyway. So don't worry about falling, just keep going. Keep doing it. You're walking a balance beam of life and finding the balance, which is so good because you're a Libran. You can do that. That is one of your natural talents. Money. There's issues, especially if you're in Australia, I guess everywhere, but we're seeing like the price of housing. That was a prediction last year, 2023 prediction. The price of housing would drop and then it would go up. Well, I think it's going up now, and I'm doing this in 2023 in December, and I feel like the price of housing is going to really rise in 2024 in various parts of Australia, but particularly southeast Queensland where I am, and New South Wales as well. And the disposable income that people normally have is going to get less, unfortunately. So there's an issue here about balancing money. However, with some work and some research, you can balance money. There's a bit of a convoluted path here. You're going to have to get a bit clever, especially if you're in business, because things are not straightforward anymore like they used to be. Because the disposable income is not there like it used to be, people are really watching their money. They're putting money away for a rainy day, which is a good idea. However, there's not so much money for spending, and so you're going to have to get a bit clever about what you can do and how you do it better than everybody else. So but it's not disastrous, or anything like that. So I guess don't get worried about money. Sometimes when people are worried, they cling to it more and more, and in that clinging sort of to money, then it sort of scares it away in a kind of weird way. So I would say be smart, cut back where you can, save money where you can, but don't get in your head, don't get all fearful about it or anxious, because what you focus on you get more of. So I would focus on being positive, and there is a lot of positive here in this chart. Let's make this bigger, and I'll go like that to do that. Now those two cards on the side. First thing to note, for for Libra and Taurus, your ruling planet is Venus, and there's no Venus retrograde this year. So it will go retrograde next year as per normal. However, this year your home and host relationships can continue on their merry way as usual. We've got the moon's nodes here in Libra for the south node and Aries for the north node. This is the axis, the Libra Aries axis, or Aries Libra axis, and it's about the other person versus your needs and your desires, and finding the balance between being independent, having your own autonomy and sovereignty to do what you want in life, and to balance that with the requirements and compromises that are necessary in a significant relationship. The south node in your sign is all about your history, your experience, with you as the reference point. But in Libra, you're willing to compromise, because that's the nature of Libra. Libra will compromise even to the extent that they hurt themselves sometimes. Self-sacrifice, they can do it. I should say we can do it. And that's been your past or your history. However, with the North Node over here in Aries, that's more about being active and bold and assertive, getting out there into the world, and it's all about you with Aries, because Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and of course, rightfully so, it is Aries. So there's nothing to compare to at that point, because it's the first sign of the zodiac. You are your own reference point. However, that's here in your house of committed relationships. So marriages, maybe relationships with business partners, maybe friends, children, but very close relationships. So Libra, you've got to find the balance between what you want to do. Might be something like you starting a business and your husband doesn't want you to, or going overseas and going on a holiday by yourself, but you can't because you've got a business and your business partner's flat out and doesn't want you to go, and all these sort of things. So that's sort of this year what you've got to do. It's a theme going through the year, because on top of the nodes, you've also got these lunar and solar eclipses here. And you'll see in your sign, you've got a solar eclipse and a lunar eclipse in your sign. And then opposite, bringing challenges, because it's directly opposite, the North Node, Chiron, and a solar eclipse in the house of partnership. It's also legalities and the people that you don't get on with very well. And so again, this balancing thing. So lunar eclipse 25th of March, here in your sign, in the way you present yourself to the world, to do with your identity, your appearance, who you really are. There's a bit of a shake-up here on the 25th of March, and Spirit is asking you to get really clear about who you are and what you want to put out there into the world. Don't put sort of anything that's not you, basically. And it sounds like a simple thing, but it's not, because all our lives we are being conditioned and we're being programmed to be anything but ourselves. So yeah, it's not simple. The solar eclipse on the 8th of April is in Aries, opposite here, bringing a new beginning to your relationships. If you're in an established relationship, it could be rejuvenated in some way. So it might look sort of a bit negative initially because it's opposite, but it could end up being ultimately very positive and a new beginning. So don't get fearful about it, because a rejuvenation is coming. The lunar eclipse on the 17th of the 9th is in Pisces, and I haven't even written it. There we are. I have written it in. And this is a shake-up to do with your normal everyday routine. It's your health, it's your work, it's those regular habits that you do on a daily basis. It could be that you have these feelings come up. It doesn't mean that there's any physical manifestation necessarily, but you have these feelings come up that you have to deal with about your work, your health, or your routine. In Pisces, it could be quite emotional or maybe even spiritual, and you're getting messages from spirit, for example. Then we have, so that's the 17th and 9th, then we have a solar eclipse on the 2nd of October, again in your sign, and it brings a new beginning around your autonomy and your sovereignty and who you are. So that sounds lovely, and it is opposite what's going on here. So again, it's the balance between your partnerships and you've got Chiron in your 7th house. So this brings up wounds, emotional wounds from the past to do with relationships. You could be remembering them, and even things could happen in the present, but it's for the ultimate healing, because we're going to have a solar eclipse, Chiron, and your North Node all bunched up together. They're going to be really amplified, the energy. So it's like Spirit's saying for the next little while, certainly throughout all of 2024, that your destiny is tied up in balancing and healing your important relationships. And because you're Libra, this is very important for you. If you take anything out of this reading today, take that balancing and healing your relationships is the key theme for you this year. The other things, Pluto's moving into Aquarius, and that is your house of creativity. It's the world of the child, leisure and pleasure. You could have more to do with children, or you're interacting more with your inner child. It's like Pluto is saying, I'm going to transform your leisure and pleasure. I'm going to transform your relationship with your inner child. And I'm also going to transform your creativity. So I find that quite exciting. In Aquarius, there could be technology involved, because Aquarius ruled by Uranus loves technology. So it could be the way you express your creativity. Technology is involved. Could be humanitarian as well. You help more people in some way. Pluto is there 20th of January to the 1st of September. It ducks back into Capricorn for about 10 weeks or so until the 19th of November. And then it's here in this house until the 8th of March 2043. Oh my God, I'll be old. Yes, I will be, actually. And Pluto will be here, and it will be absolutely transforming our leisure and pleasure, our romances, any romances we might have, even if it's with your husband. It's like your relationship could be rejuvenated and healed in some way. And it's just I find it really exciting. I'm probably biased, but yeah, I do. Next point, Jupiter's moving into Gemini from the 25th of May to the 9th of June 2025, 12 and a half or so months. And that's up here in your house of spirituality, travel, broadening your horizons. It's good news. If you've been wanting to go overseas for a while, and I certainly have, but every time I try, there's something happen, especially the last 4 years or so, then you will probably do it in 2024. Go overseas, start a new course, find your spirituality really deepening, having more to do with people in foreign countries, foreign affairs maybe, whatever that means to you. But Jupiter is really going to open up your life in a major way this year. So I'm really happy about that. Philosophy might become more interesting to you. The bigger concepts, the bigger picture. You can see with this house here and the 10th house, they're right at the top of the chart. So it's about your public life. It's about going more public. It's about getting out there and realising the world is a really big place and you've got a part to play in 2024 in the world. So that's it, lovely Libra. I hope this is helpful for you. Please leave a like and a comment. That would be fabulous. I want to wish you all a very happy Christmas if you celebrate Christmas, and also a peaceful, content and exciting 2024. I'm so looking forward to it. Thanks again, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.